MENY DA FAMILLIAR. I think I'm pronouncing their name right. See, this group, I saw them come up on my recommended on YouTube a little while ago. And then I, just out of nowhere, they started following me on Twitter and they were responding to some of my comments about other bands and things. You know, I thought, do you know what? They seem like nice people who are, well, actually, it's not the whole group who's following me. It's just one of the members, I believe, is following me. Let's see, who's following me? Who's following me? Let's give you a shout out. Who's following me? Who's my follower? There we go. It's the drummer. Thank you very much to Natsumi. Natsumi, you are the reason why I am checking out your video now, so please don't copyright strike me. Anyway, this is the latest song. It's called Sanctus. Their videos are uploaded on a channel called Office Glace. I'm not really familiar with that. I'm guessing it might be a company. As always, I tend to find it's a little bit difficult when you're looking for YouTube videos when they're not on a band channel. But if you are interested in this band, then that's where you're going to find them. This came out 1 month ago, or just over a month ago. It's got 22,000 views, so good for them. They're doing really well, but they're an upcoming band, and I love supporting upcoming bands. So we're going to talk about MENY DA FAMILLIAR now with the song Sanctus. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hope you enjoyed this with me. Never heard this band before, but boy oh boy do they come with an image that I've got to be honest, that's a pretty cool image. They look like a band who take their work seriously. So let's jump in, have a listen, and then we'll talk about it more afterwards. Get that volume up. Here we go. Ooh. Alright, heavy metal is definitely the way we're going with this. Wait, I think I recognize that room. Loving the use of the keyboards in the background there. Loving the singer's voice. The whole sound of this has got a great sort of... That's to me. And those rhythm changes again. Alright, what are we building up to? What are we building up to? Ooh, okay. Loving that flowing melody. Rhythm change again. She's got a very unique voice, though, hasn't she? Is this that room that they use? I think Unlucky Morpheus might have used this room as well. Am I tripping on that? Really cool movie set look to it. This is a strong chorus. This is a strong chorus. I love a good melody. I love it, and the whole chord structure behind that's a really strong chorus. But they're backing it up with this really interesting changes between. Oh yes, of course the guitar solo. The way it shot back into the chorus so quickly, it's almost effortless. You almost didn't notice you were back in the chorus, just launched back in. Oh, nice. That flowed really nicely back into the refrain. It was a little bit of a change, but it was just right to bring the song back down to the key. And after all of that, she found some satisfying reading material. Maybe not. All right. Let's let it fade out a little bit, but I want to keep that title card on the screen so we can see it. That was really cool. Do you know, when I jump into things like this, I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea if it's going to be something that is going to really appeal to me or how I'm going to feel about it. And, you know, when it's something as well, it's got like a sort of dramatic or gothic heavy metal vibe, that can go very much two different ways. And I don't want to sort of like call out other names because I want them to stand on their own right. But this sort of reminds me of a lot of the much better ones. You know, when I think about things like your East of Edens, your Unlucky Morpheuses, it reminds me of that kind of thing where there's a much more interesting songwriting behind it. It's the heaviness is almost like just part of it's almost like innate to the genre of music, but they're not just doing it for the heaviness. They're not just doing it for the twiddle. Songwriting's coming first. I gotta say, you know, it's not often that I just go over the chorus over and over again, but I think that was a great chorus. Backed up by the fact that she had a wonderful voice. Really liked her voice. Very interesting sound to it. Again, a unique sounding voice is great when you're doing this kind of music that's got a bit of a dramatic flair to it. But I love the fact that she had a big, powerful strength to her voice. This lovely sort of flowing melody that was very easy to follow, but also was very complicated. It wasn't overly repetitive. You could sing along to it, but you didn't feel like it was repeating itself too much. I just changed it again because I wasn't going to go for that high note. And oh man, underneath all of that, you got this chord pattern which is going in this really cool direction as well, changing nicely. The guitar and the bass were quite linked throughout a lot of those parts, but the chord pattern was changing enough and was original enough that you kind of felt like it was okay for them to hold down the middle. And a big factor that played towards that was the use of the little keyboard sound in the background there. I really liked that. It added to the extra drama, added to the thickness, added more layers, a little bit of counter to everything that was going on in the sort of core heavy guitar parts of it. And I have to say, now look, hashtag no bias. I said at the beginning that obviously one of the reasons I'm here is thanks to Natsumi. Thank you, Natsumi. You are the reason why I came to check out this video. She did a great job, didn't she? Hashtag no bias. But yeah, I thought that one of the things that really worked about this as well. So there are bands in this. It always gets difficult when you talk about metal, and I've said about this on this channel before. People start talking about subgenres, but when you talk about this sort of theatrical, dramatic style of metal, there are a lot of bands where the drummer will just go double kick, and just like. What made this really stand out was the fact that I felt like what Natsumi was doing in the drum rhythm as a general was shifting up. It was varying. It was going in a interesting direction where like the verses were split into two. You know, the verse changed rhythm halfway through. The chorus had suddenly went double time. But again, she kept on changing the rhythm. But as a great drummer really does, it never felt like it was just changing to avoid complacency. It felt like each change actually added something. It was changed at the right time, at the right moment to give a bit of extra accentation. So I felt that everything that she was doing in this song was really, really, really helpful to just sort of like add a little bit more progression, a little bit more change. And I might be one of the 19,000 people that she follows, but let me be honest, I am definitely one of the people who's going to reciprocate by honestly telling you, you did a great job. Yeah, this is good stuff. I genuinely got a good kick out of this. Now, let's just have a quick look at dear old Office Glace. I'm assuming this is this a record company? I mean, they seem to have a picture of a band at the top. Are they covering a lot of bands? I mean, okay, so they've definitely got these guys front and center. How many other bands they got? They got other bands we might remember or recognize. The main one I'm seeing is these guys. Many the Familiar. Okay, let's give them a subscribe. They're on 691 subs. Now they're on 692. Great stuff. I really enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think. I genuinely think this is a genre of music that a lot of bands are aiming towards. Something similar to this. We have a lot of bands in this kind of like theatrical metal space in America. In America? What the fuck? In Japan. Don't know why I went there. In Japan, we have a lot of bands in this. I'm not even from America. I've been in Japan for like over a decade. I'm from the UK. Why did I say America? We have a lot of dramatic metal bands in Japan. And as a result, you know, it's like sometimes they can get a little bit lost within the noise. It can be a lot of them. But for me, this was actually genuinely interesting. This is actually a band where not just because of the fact that they are something upcoming and small, but I genuinely feel like I would follow them because I genuinely think that the music to me sounds like it's got a potential which is quite high. You know, I genuinely feel like this could be a band who I would like a lot more of their stuff. So I'm looking to see how they evolve, how things progress from here. Find out more about their story. If you're already a fan, let me know. Tell me a bit more. Now to me, if you're watching this and you have a clue what I'm talking about, hi. And to everyone else at home, get in the comments. Tell me what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, ciao, ciao.